all right. Hello and welcome everybody to the show. Hope y'all are doing well on this Saturday. It is a beautiful day here in Silver City, New Mexico, as you can see in the photograph. Just absolutely beautiful. Blue skies, nice calm weekend here. Not too busy. So let's get started. I'd like to thank my patrons, T.C. Hollingsworth, of course, Jennifer Hudson Gorman, Junior Sim Racing, Boomer League, and Sandra Scala. So I appreciate you all for making this all happen, and let's get started. Hello, my name is Shane, and this is my art. In the heart of Silver City, New Mexico, where art comes to life. Discover the beauty of creativity with my stunning collection of prints. Here at Dalton Gallery, I believe art should be accessible to everyone. That's why I'm excited to introduce my exclusive collection, Made Here in America. With just a few taps on your phone, you can own a piece of art that speaks to you. Check us out at ShaneDaltonGallery.com or click the banner below and take home some unique art today. That's right, that's right. Setting up the extra camera, the high def, so it all works together. Thank you everybody for being here. Hello and welcome. I say. So we've been working on this painting, as you can see. Looking forward to getting more of it done. I was thinking maybe we'll flip it upside down and we'll work on the sky. The only thing that's really bugging me right now is the sky, and I believe it's the sky color that's throwing me off mostly, which you can probably tell. Ugh. Anyway, let's work something out. Boom. Precarious microphone. How's that? Are we in a good spot? Perfect, right? I am going to have to get up to zoom in to the area we're working on just to give you guys a fuller picture. What I would like to do is make the sky more deep. I don't know how to really get to there other than using, let's see, let's figure this out. Got a little bit of blue. That's the blue I don't like, which is fine. It's a good start. And then what I believe I need to do is find that other blue I had. What is this? Nope. Nope. Says me. I think I'm just going to have to make my own blue. And it's just a darker version. All right. I truly appreciate everyone for being here. I know it's a topsy-turvy world right now with this painting being upside down. That's the only reason why. Because the painting's upside down. So I'm going to get a little bit of black. I just want to deepen up, make it a little bit more of a nice blue. Not so cartoony. Now, all my paintings are kind of cartoony. That's my style is, from what I hear, psychedelic. Did not know. But I like it. Okay, so this is we have to throw a few more in because that is one, and you can't have one sitting there all by itself.
I'm so glad you decided to work on the sky today. Because I've been thinking about it all week and have been like, oh, why can't he just fix that sky?
Yeah, thank
Just
you.
kidding.
Nah. That's now you know how I feel every day. I get to look at it all week thinking, why can't I just fix that sky? Literally my world. So, how are you on this beautiful, wonderful Saturday? I hope it's beautiful and wonderful where you are. I suppose we could even zoom in a little bit more, but maybe not because I like to move about. Remember, I just got to follow the other, any previous color or any line that's in front of it or next to it. And then I change it up. That's a balance. It's a ballet between what is there, what's underneath that's there, and what I decide to do. So I think I just have to add the dark as I'm doing. But I have to add it, let's see, it's going to be all up here on the top and it's going to fade slightly into the distance because when I flip it back over, it'll feel closer to you above on the top of the painting, I hope. That would be the general idea of what's going on here. I want it to feel closer to you, you know? It's so crazy, it looks green. There is no green. Just in case the undercolor is bleeding through, let me get a new Papa John's plate. I got so many to choose from. And then what I was doing was cutting them in half because they paper. I could probably quarter them. Let's try one today that's quartered up since we're just using. I just quadrupled my something. Have you ever quadrupled your something? Well, I just did. With the help of Papa John's. Thanks, Papa John's, for not sending me plastic. I mean, it's got some wax coating. Maybe it's got plastic in it. It's probably not good. Transferring the paints. I mean, yeah, paint. I just started realizing I'm moving paint. Good old Papa John's. Welcome, Boomer. How y'all doing? All right, I'll leave the black over there on that one. I just wanted the blue off of there in case it was picking up any of that beige from underneath. That's what the green would have been started. It would have been a nice, it was a nice green. Let's just say that's what was happening. Hence the transfer. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. Thank you for being here. Yep, lighter blue. That's why I'm kind of down here in the distance. It's A-okay. And I think the better balance of color that I have here, the happier I will be. That just seems right. And then Travis, you and me both, we can sleep good at night. We don't have to worry about this sky painting. Ooh, see? Just having the right color next to the other right color makes it pop, man. You gotta make it pop. Yeah. kind of funny. Sometimes I think, oh, I'm in the way of the camera. And then immediately my new mind is telling me, don't worry about the people in YouTube land. These are actual paintings that people will come in, see, admire, and perhaps purchase. So a lot of times I'm trying to, give you guys the best moment. But lately, new objectives have been showing themselves. Nice. That's what's kind of cool about this YouTube channel versus my gaming one. My gaming one's just for fun, right? It just happens. What else are we doing,
True that, thumbs up, thumbs up.
But this channel has an outcome, and that outcome is the actual painting itself. It's crazy.
TJC Gaming said, Mr. Galleria.
TJC, welcome, bud. Mixing up some paint. Where's that water at? See, then we get into the lighter gray, the gray blue, whatever. Oh, it's beautiful. Beautiful color. Kind of emphasizes the idea of a cloud or the underside or the part of the cloud that's just, some of it's glistening in the light, some of the vapor is not. More blue, more blue. My eyelid is twitching. Real cool. Nice. That's dance worthy if I was up on my feet right now. But I'm not. It certainly is more helpful to be sitting. lighter color, up, down over here. Kind of fixing some of the old areas too. It's kind of the wonderful part about this weird line work I do. There's a constant flux of fix while create. And when I can look at the painting and it does not strike me as being odd, and it looks to the where I want it, then I'm done. I guess that's really the best answer for when it's time to finish a painting. Remember that one coyote painting I did? It was a black and white little one. I was trying to figure out how to finish these paintings on a small piece. Well, doing that, the objective was to figure out how to finish these paintings. Well, I think I may have figured out how to finish these paintings. Long story longer, I look at them. How about that? And when you look at something, you could do this with people, you could do this with an automobile even. When you look at something, you can kind of just see its character, its meaning, its thing, its essence, yeah? If you just glance, you're not poking into any one particular part of it. You're just glancing. And on that first glance, something could be peculiar. And boom, there it is. Who knows what that is? But you got to look again and look again and look again. And I don't recommend doing this with people, of course. People are all quirky. We're all wonderful and beautifully flawed. But, you know, this kind of painting, I can see where I need to finish with an instant. And so when I look at the painting and when I'm towards the end, like say the last painting I was doing, I set it up kind of like in place, and I look at it, and when I start to really formulate where it's going wrong, where the balance is off, I fix it. And I fix it until I could look at it and have, you know, just a warmness about it. You're just like, I love that thing. It could be a 57 Chevy Bel Air, Pop. It could be a, you know, whatever it is. It's just like, you're just like, it's perfect because it has, and then, you know, we all have our reasons. The last guy who was just in here loved that big black and white painting I did, the biggest one, the big gila. He loved it. And then I showed him where the landscape was. He was like, oh no, he didn't even know that it was a landscape painting. So everyone takes their own objective, but he loved the shape of it, you know? He didn't even know it was a landscape. So cool how art kind of blends into everything. Ergonomics, everything you hold, can openers, things you have in your kitchen, all of it. There was an artist that conceived of that idea on how it was, you know, how it's supposed to look and feel. And then when you buy a funky one, you know it's funky. Maybe not by just looks, but by feel. But then you can balance that out to like hiking and stuff. A hiking can opener is a real odd little machine, but boy, is that useful. It has so many uses. Camping can opener, I guess, is a... Anyway, welcome to the Talking to Hear My Head Rattle podcast. And today's So I got to break up all these grays right here. Oh yeah. Sometimes it's just all about connecting.
Boomerly said, hey, 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 we tuned in to listen to you, brain.
I mean, as I said it, I think talking to hear my head rattle podcast is a good name. But even I got to make sense of what I'm saying, yeah, half the time. That's probably a good idea. Zibbity-da. There's a lot going on up here. Got to work it. It's hard to see that other gray. That's okay. That's okay. Welcome to Talking to Hear My Head Rattle. Today's guest, Rodney Dangerfield, straight from the grave. Now, if I had it set up, I'd have a secondary mic with a good echo. Oh yeah, and then a person here. And he'd be doing his best Rodney Dangerfield impression from the grave. Starting to hear my head rattle. I think I should like start it off warming up, because it takes a second for my hands to start enjoying what's going on so it doesn't look so wacky. Maybe I should figure out a warm-up session where I just paint a bunch of lines on something. And then we start on the paintings. Okay, I like it. We got one big cloud here off in the distance. We'll deal with all that later up there. But right now we're working on this monster. Hello, monster. I want to thank everyone who's popping over to Space Galleria's channel and watching our silly zombie content throughout the week. It's a lot of fun to do. I think tonight I'm going to be on Scum with Bearded. We'll see what happens. Slide this over a little bit. Just want to make sure we're still in good camera. There's a lot going on up here on this cloud. We saved the really bright parts for later.
Nice to see that you now have machine gun.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Looking forward to using it. It's fun. Nice. That's a nice looking bottom of a cloud. I like doing clouds upside down. I can acknowledge which is the bottom, which is the top. But I don't really see the structure until I flip it over. Right now I kind of do because I'm just excited and I've already seen this cloud for so long. But it helps. It helps be more random, more cloud-like, where I'm just obeying the laws of movement and the pressure the next line gives this line and all the colors and all that, so that's my only thing. But when I flip it over and I get to see it, it's always fun. I think if I had it right side up, and it happens in landscape too, where I think too much about the painting. I think about what I'm doing, and it doesn't come out right. So I have to fix it. And here's something. I'm not a perfect artist, and most of what you see is probably me just fixing a problem. Well, I've already stated that, I guess. I destroy an area and then just try to bring it back. It sounds dramatic, but it's pretty simple. One line destroys an area. So, over dramatic. Man, these colors are working good together. I see a very mystical, clouds, cloudy, misty, humid day. There's this cool old guy. He's hiking the trail. Oh shoot! This whole time I'm a terrible film guy. Just a film guy. Anyway, he hikes. He takes pictures, and then he goes to Walmart and he trips them out. There's a Swan's service station. It's a pretty cool one. I bought this one last year. And I also bought this one. Talarosa, New Mexico, 2023. Salesjim36@gmail.com. He puts all of his information on the back of them. Smart. But yeah. Today he brought in, the other day he brought in new pictures. And then I was like, man, I really don't have the money. I really don't have the money, just, $5, $10 laying around. Today he brought in more pictures, and then I kind of explained what he could do to change his game instead of walking around asking people with a backpack on, asking people to pay for his alcoholism. I was like, you should just sit down, put up some pictures, and bing, bang, bong. People will want to buy them because you'll be next to them. I said, nobody wants to pay for your alcoholism. But what people do want to pay for is your art, your work. So I was like, go do that, and if you have a problem anywhere in town, you could sit in front of my store. I got a table and chairs, and but then I ran down to him, and I gave him these things. And I know he's hiking the Continental Trail, so he can't carry a bunch of excessive weight, but a couple of these smaller versions he now has. And hopefully he can set up his paintings, his little prints, and make himself a living. I'm inspired because he's out there trying, That's really that's half the battle. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to my studio.
See you again.
Yeah, welcome back. How are you?
Great.
Still.
Excellent.
Oh, you're.
It's all good.
This is nuts.
I'm
Yeah.
wondering.
Excellent. Yeah, all the cameras are focused on me and the canvas, so
I can wonder.
they can't even hear you.
Excellent.
Yeah. Are you enjoying your day?
Great day.
Wonderful. Looks like someone came in. Stellar welcome. It is quite beautiful outside, isn't it?
Perfect.
I tell you.
My kind of weather. It's
Yeah.
like this all the time. Be pretty happy.
It's pretty close.
Really?
Yeah.
Great. I landed well then. Oh, look at that music.
You certainly did.
That's excellent.
Yeah, it's done by Arturo Alvarado in Tucson, Arizona.
And what are these little things? One is like, it almost looks like birds on it. It's like.
It's a little dish.
Coral?
It's a little dish.
I love that.
This?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little dish. It would have held an old, like back in the day when waxes came out.
Oh, wow.
It would hold a little sword. Yeah.
Oh, how cool is that?
Yeah. And then, but then plastic wax holders came out, and that was all irrelevant.
Wow.
There's dog hair, cat hair, dust. You don't want that.
No.
And so yeah.
But I love like small pieces. Did you do any of these?
No,
No, these are all someone else.
I was just supporting.
Nice.
Yeah, there's my New York Times article about my store in Tucson.
Oh.
That's when I was cool.
Oh, you're not cool anymore?
Nah,
Why not?
I cut my hair.
Oh yeah, me too. We
Yeah,
all- we
yeah.
gotta pay the bills once in a while, right?
Well, I mean, I was running painting companies, crazy businesses with that hair.
That's great.
I was pushing the limits of what supposed societal rules.
Well, as long as I think like you're good at stuff, that's what an artist is supposed to do, right?
Well, sure,
Comedians, all of that.
absolutely. And look,
Transform, make you think.
yeah,
Outside the
Yeah.
Box is boring.
Box is boring.
I hate the box.
Yeah.
I was the kid who always colored outside the line.
Yeah.
Sometimes that was good, sometimes not. Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, the weather being nice here, the reason I say that is I stream every Thursday and Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Twice a week I show up,
Okay.
and twice a week I start my stream off the same way, which is the downtown camera,
Uh-huh.
and it just looks at the downtown and the blue skies,
Yep.
and I give like a little weather report.
Nice.
And I've noticed that almost every time there's probably I mean, these people would be better off to know than me, but there's probably 4 times out of the year where I'm like, oh, it's snowing, but look at how beautiful it is, or it's raining, but this is a great thunderstorm.
Have you ever seen, like the rain and then there's sunshine?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And it's, you know, you can literally, in Colorado, we used to get that. It was amazing.
So,
And that's the first time I ever saw, I guess it's pretty dangerous because we're up pretty high.
uh-huh.
But the lightning actually hit the ground.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Like,
Wow.
I was like, oh, that's real.
That's epic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Are you familiar with Dreams, the movie? Dreams? Akira Kurosawa,
Oh,
Japanese,
yes,
back
yes.
in the day?
I haven't seen it.
Oh my goodness.
Have to, huh?
Well, this story that you're speaking of with the sun and the rain is, pardon me, is one of the stories inside of this movie.
Oh, great.
And forever since I saw that movie, I went to the theater, I saw it, and I was blown away. That was the first
It was art
real art film
that you ever
that I
saw.
probably ever really saw.
Okay. That's
To
interesting.
yeah, and boy, is that movie, oh, it's epic. But one of the stories is sun and rain, and I think it's beautiful because it's a special time, and we get that here, where we get that, you know, it's very New Mexico-y here. I don't know how else to put it.
Well, I can't wait.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
this
happy
is-
you're here.
I got here in July.
Right.
So
you're in
it's
for a good one.
One of the places, the longer I'm here, the more I like it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of hidden gems and just wandering around. People are so nice. And I get to like, honestly, I get a little fucked up when I walk around and look at beautiful art. And
Amen.
yeah.
That's what I do too. You'll catch me walking around in the morning with what they used to call an illegal smile.
That's right. That's right.
So I love it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful time to be alive,
It is.
no matter all the crazy. That's why I have a YouTube channel. If you want to check out of all the crazy for a couple hours, show up on Thursday or show up on Saturday, because you don't have to think about much here.
Right on.
I literally paint lines with a very small tune brush.
You know who you remind me of?
Huh.
Athletes. They talk about playing sport the exact same way.
Oh, nice.
They're so singly focused
Okay.
that everything else moves away.
It's a blessing in a way.
It is.
There's
They're
a moment.
so focused, and they almost the
Monkish.
really good ones.
Uh-huh.
They can look at a field. Let's say it's lacrosse or soccer or something,
Love it.
and they can they know what the players are going to do before they do it. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah. That's why I'm a defender.
Nice.
I read the moves, and sometimes
Yeah,
I'm wrong.
They've played so many hours.
And some of these were kids.
Yeah.
Their instincts were just.
And then there's that. They can see something that we can't, perhaps.
Their body is still so active.
Yeah, and they're able to do things
They're
that
like,
you'd.
what do you mean I can't?
Exactly.
Yeah, what do you mean I can't wear my hair like this and graduate from an Ivy League school? Of course I can.
They haven't watched old Babe Ruth just be all pudgy.
That's right.
You know? They're like, no, this is the game.
Yeah.
I am the creator of this.
Yes.
They haven't seen the failures of their poor
Well, that's
people.
why some of the Olympic athletes who are so young, they don't even
Pay attention.
know how good they are to be scared.
Nice.
Like
That's cool.
Everyone else is looking at them going, they just did that?
Wow, yeah.
I've been doing this 20 years. I could never. Simone Biles did it.
Ah,
The gymnast.
okay.
She's 4'8",
uh,
and she invented moves.
nice.
Best ever.
Nice. Because she just created it.
Was she, you know, if you want to look at it this way, she had a very rough upbringing,
Yeah.
and gymnastics saved her life. And
Art saves lives.
it does.
In movement, in
And
song, in dance,
all
all of it.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Painting, sculpting,
And for me, it's
tearing
more
away.
the appreciation.
Uh,
Like, I'm not like that kind of artist. I used to write, so that kind. I was artistic in my work, but I didn't do like what you, not the classical, I would say, being able to sit with a
yeah.
blank canvas and go. That used to be me on the blank page.
Piece of paper.
How could I ever improve on this? Blankness.
God, that's brilliant. So how many books have you published with 0 words?
Nothing.
I mean, come on,
Let's go.
is there one?
Well, that was that artist that did people who bought the art that didn't exist.
Okay.
And they paid millions of dollars for it.
Nice.
It was a joke.
NFTs?
Yeah.
Like non-fungible tokens? It's literally in a name?
Yeah. Yeah, and they bought something, right? They said, oh, I'm buying this art. They get it home and they disappear right in front of them. Or disintegrated.
That's beautiful. Or
All
Banksy
on purpose. Yeah, exactly.
at Sotheby's where
Yes.
he shredded that piece of
Shredded
art.
it, exactly.
Then it made it worth more.
And him, and nobody knows who he is. And
I love
he's
it.
got 5 people who know who he is.
I love it.
I know. Well,
I'm-
that's
I'm-
a way to keep your anonymity. I kind of understand.
I'm going opposite. There's a camera here on my face. There's a camera here on the art. I got a microphone. I got another camera here recording for posterity.
There you go.
Um,
I think it's cool.
I think so too. There's many avenues to get to.
You're wide open.
Yes.
There's beauty.
There's a moment there.
Yes. 'Cause
There
you're
is a tragedy.
completely transparent.
There's a confusion. There's everything, and they get to see it all. They get to see me stumble with my words, and then say, "Well, welcome to this podcast called." What was it called, people? It was called something clever. Oh, talking to hear my head rattle. That was today's podcast because I was rambling for a moment, and then I had to explain to them that even I have to make sense of all this shit going on in my head.
That's right.
Even as it comes out, I'm playing.
Right. You're
So
not fully filtered.
Yeah, I'm playing right
There's
now.
stuff
This is
you
my
need.
this is my moment.
It's like acting.
Yeah,
And
well,
being a spontaneous kind of.
I don't know what acting's like. I think that's
I don't
preparation.
know what I'm gonna say. The people who do this kind of thing.
Yeah,
And they just play off each other, and they do it in the moment.
that's something.
They're like communicators.
Yeah.
You know who did that? Why he's such a great leader? Zelensky
Yeah.
of Ukraine. He was
Okay.
an actor and a comedian.
Okay.
He knows how to
Oh,
like
isn't that-
communicate.
Okay.
Like
I used to equate that with insanity, like just being like not knowing, not being able to be. But I get it now. You're sharing me with this, and I'm kind of taking in this idea where, oh, acting isn't just insane, just pretend. Because I would equate, and that's why I didn't understand how to act. I don't understand how to act, but maybe I'm not doing acting.
have you? I haven't done this, but I grew up in New York, so I grew up around like
Theater.
that stuff, right?
Yeah.
And a friend who was
Yeah.
like in Hollywood royalty and blah
Love it.
blah 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 blah. So there's a thing called method acting
Okay.
by Lee Strasberg,
Right.
and basically
Where they become
what
the character.
he did was he made you, if you were open to it, and they still use this today, is mine your own dark depths and unresolved issues, and you bring them out to the forefront and you act them. It's actually a form of therapy.
Sure.
And
But
so
unless the
true
charac-
actors do it to live. Like you do art to live. They're like, I get lost, but I'm still myself. But they really go into character, but they're mining their own soul.
So the method isn't, say, the Joker, the most recent character of that, where he was a method actor and people didn't like it. But the method isn't him pretending to be someone. The method is him taking his own tragedies.
And
That's
morphing-
interesting.
And morphing it
So that is
into,
a therapy.
yes, so you take, let's say, the Joker, and what's his name? Joaquin?
Well, the one before that, the goofy one. But
yeah,
yes,
the
Joaquin, he's also a method actor.
He's a genius.
He is a genius
because
at it.
he's so vulnerable.
Yes.
He took the most evil character
Yes.
you could imagine
Made it
and made you
sensitive.
have compassion
Yeah.
and empathy
Yeah,
for it.
yeah, I really.
I felt so sorry
Yeah,
for
yeah,
him.
of course.
And it was like,
So that's his,
greatness.
though. Yeah, that's
his dark. That's Jungian. It's if you expose the dark.
I like this.
to
This
the
is
light.
neat. Thank you for sharing.
It's like when you showed me that mandala piece. I was like, that's it. You get it intuitively. I don't have to explain anything. You painted something from your depths, and you tapped into. Jung would call it the collective unconscious
Yes.
of us all.
Yes.
And you
Something
were
that is
able
basic.
Yes, you were able to capture it somehow.
Somehow.
Magic. It happened.
Right. It was that moment.
You were open.
And then you try to recapture that moment again. Heroin addicts talk about it. All the
Yes.
classics.
Yes.
Anything that's great, you're
Yes.
gonna be like, I did it once and it was freaking great.
Chasing the dragon.
Yep.
And that's part of my story.
So interesting.
I'm a recovering heroin addict.
Okay.
I was clean sober 28 years. 2 years ago I started using weed, and I use some mushrooms too now.
California sober,
Yeah.
as they
But
call
I
it.
never called it that. It was just like I had insomnia and pain. I wasn't working anymore.
For
I'm
sure.
retired. I just
For
said,
sure. For sure.
what the hell? So as long as I don't go back to my own life, I'm pretty fine. I'm like, yeah.
Doing great.
No point in beating yourself up.
But you have a lot of info. That New York theater
It's fascinating. I
in
grew
the
up
park.
on show tunes. Like my parents weren't performers, but you could have sworn my dad was in vaudeville.
Nice.
Like we're a
Just
Jewish
of his,
family. We spent one day, like I was I had to do ballet, music, everything, and I loved it all. I was
Yeah.
like, sure, give it to me.
Yeah.
So I did violin. I was classically trained violinist and pianist. I wasn't good, but I knew I could read music and blah blah blah. One day, my dad sat down at the piano with me, and he couldn't play, and he didn't really know other languages, but he sang in 7 different languages.
Oh, that's
he
great.
riffed. It was hysterical.
That's great.
I was like, who are you?
That is great.
Yeah, those were great memories of dancing around the living room to show tunes. My mom loved show tunes.
I mean, living in New York as a young lady, did you know you were in the epicenter
Yes.
of? Were they reminding you of that? Or did you just see it?
I
Was
saw it.
Was it a vibe?
So it was a vibe. So
Ah.
I was.
It's like living
10
in
years
France
old
and shit.
When we moved to the city, my parents were city people. They grew up in the city. My dad, the
So-
Lower East Side during the Depression.
Wow.
My mom in Brooklyn.
Wow.
And then my dad worked in the city and commuted by train on Long Island. So when we were 10, I was the youngest. It was like, no, I've done my time in the suburbs. We're selling the house and we're moving to the city.
Back to the art.
So I moved to the city when I was
You got lucky.
10. Right, so I was born in '61. So I really came. So I remember like the race riots, Newark burning. I remember Andy Warhol. I'd see him everywhere. You couldn't miss him. With
Yeah,
the
he wanted to
white
be
hair,
seen.
and he was always alone.
Oh,
So he wanted to be seen, but he was never with anyone.
it's awesome.
Going to movies, he'd sit in the back by himself.
Awesome.
And New Yorkers were so kind of, I don't know, snobby, I'll say snobby, that famous people, like, we didn't bother with them. It was like, oh yeah, it's Andy.
Yeah, of course, of course.
I'm not going to go up to you and say,
course
oh,
not.
I love your work.
That's
It's
part of
like-
being there.
That's right. If anything, we ignore you.
Yes.
And that's why you love us.
Yes. Yeah.
Who are you?
It used to be a thing.
Yes. Oh, Patti LuPone? Ah, okay.
I don't even know who that is, but I love it.
She played Evita on Broadway.
Oh, okay. Ava Perón, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
She was amazing. So I grew up around that, and I had a friend, and I didn't know. I had no idea. She was a girl I went to high school with. We were in like before 7th, 8th grade. She invited me over to her house one day, and she had a beautiful, her mother, beautiful apartment on the west side of Manhattan. And she was like, oh, my mom was having a little party. Don't worry, we'll just hang out in my bedroom and smoke weed. Blah, blah, blah. And I said, that sounds good. I walked in. Now, I had no idea who this woman was, her mother, or her grandparents. There was Woody Allen, Keith Richards. I was like, what? We go in her bedroom, we're all getting high, right? We're all just like toasted. And in comes the most glamorous woman I had ever seen. She was in a full-length mink coat, dark glasses, scarf around her head, and she goes, oh, hi, girls. Didn't bat an eye, didn't care we were getting high. It was Jackie.
Wow.
Kennedy.
Wow.
I was
Yeah, I
like,
mean, you know.
she was a Kennedy. She didn't give a shit about people getting high.
Sure.
And she was classy and nice and didn't make a big deal.
I mean, yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
this is the world you grew up in. I had no idea, because this
Right.
friend was just this down-to-earth girl.
Right.
I was like, okay,
As well as should be.
yeah. She was just a nice person.
I mean, there's no other way to be,
Right.
really. Especially if you're among that kind of craziness all the time.
All the time.
Then it's like, come on.
There was no, like, her mother got a facelift at 40.
Hopefully,
And,
safety is involved. Hopefully, there's initial,
Some
like,
boundaries.
some boundaries involved.
Not great.
Not great.
I'll put it that way.
Not great.
My friend used to tell me about some stuff. She
Immediately,
goes, my mom,
you know.
and I was like, that's not cool.
Yeah.
And she goes, I know.
That's
it's
the
very
whole
uncomfortable.
weird thing about, like,
That life.
that. Yeah. But we'll know that now.
Yeah.
And and again, maybe back in the day, we perhaps knew of it, but it
Yes.
wasn't in our face every day. We all didn't carry a phone, 24/7 anxiety
Phoning
medicine.
people. Yeah.
And so we wouldn't know. Every once in a while, we'd be like, oh man, we'd know Tina Turner got beat up because of the news, not because it was in our face every day and like this is the feed you got to go through
It's like
to
Woody
get to your
Allen.
friends' shit. Or then the Woody Allen, and then you hear
Like,
of it,
jeez.
you hear it, and you
Michael
like,
Jackson.
and it goes away though.
Not for them though. I don't.
Well, of
think.
course not. Well,
Yeah.
because it's their life. This is their choice. This is the shit they're going through. This is
Yeah.
this is your life. They used to have to.
Yeah.
That's that karmic feed. God bless us all, everyone. I don't know what to
That's
say.
right. It takes us all.
Woo!
It takes us all to make this world go around.
It certainly
If everyone
does.
was like me, it would be boring, right? I
Yeah.
want to meet people who think and act different. And, yeah.
I was blessed enough to meet Lou Reed before I knew who he was.
He's my idol
He
out
is-
of everyone.
He is my idol too, because I knew him, and I got to know him as a person. I just met him. I was Lou, what up? What do you want for breakfast? Because I worked at Canyon Ranch. Because I did this for a couple of years, and he would eat there every day. So I didn't even know who Lou Reed was. I guarantee, if I knew Velvet Underground, that I would have been fired, because that's when I found music. When I heard
Okay.
Velvet Underground on psychedelics, I found music for the first time. I didn't know what music was, and I grew up with the Beatles, and I grew up with the Rolling Stones. I didn't know until I heard that moment, and I was like, "Oh, that's what music can do." And then I realized, "Oh, wait, that's Lou Reed. I knew Lou Reed," and then I got to enjoy him
As a person.
first,
Yes. That's
as
the
just a
best way.
gentleman,
That's the best way.
as just a human.
Yes.
Back and forth. What do you want for how you doing today? What's your story? Or whatever. And he got to share with me ideas that weren't about that. And then I met Bob Bennett, and I carried his art, and then he told me Lou Reed stories, and I was like, I love Lou. And then I got to love Bob because I got to enjoy the whole thing. So on a different level, when you get to see humans be
That's
human,
right. That's right.
that's most important,
It
tantamount to everything.
And for years I got to do that as a profession. I was a therapist.
Right, you're right. Being that
So I was
sports.
an alcohol and drug counselor, and I worked with a lot of very famous people. I would never say who
Right,
they
right.
were, but I got to know them when they were vulnerable.
Yeah.
And
As
their
humans.
creative genius.
As babies,
When
even.
everything gets stripped away and
Yeah.
all that's left
That's when you see them.
That's when you see them. And you don't
Yeah.
turn away and you don't make fun of them and you don't embarrass them.
No.
Which a lot of people do because they can't handle the
Look.
the grime, the dirtiness, how bad someone might
Well,
smell.
also it's a
when they're
reminder of
detoxing.
themselves,
Exactly.
perhaps. And
You look at your own chronicity and you go, that's me. That was me not that long ago. That's why I can talk to you without judgment.
or that's me now,
Right,
and I don't
exactly.
face it. There's so many reasons
So
why
many.
we shame.
Yeah. People don't feel valued for who they are.
It's tough.
It is. That's why
It's a real thing.
I think you need to learn to value yourself.
It's tough, even to do that.
It is.
I had to
That's a life work.
put my toothless mug on my hat. I had to do a lot of things to lean into this reality that I live in, this innocence that is me.
Yeah.
I'm not searching for anything. I'm not doing the Instagram posts or all that jazz. I don't pretend to be anything I'm not. I fail at painting constantly. That's where the beauty lies.
That's right.
And if they can see it, I can see it. I don't care if they see it. I don't even care if they're here right now.
Yeah.
I don't know who's here. 0 people are watching. There were 4 people when we started.
Uh-oh, I'm sorry.
No, this is the beauty behind it all, is that I can push that. This is my moment. They don't have to show up. They can see it later.
There you go.
I don't care.
It's beautiful.
What am I here doing? I'm here talking to you right now.
That's right.
That's what's most important. And when I see other people who are in here, I talk to them. That's what's important.
It is.
And if there's no one here, I talk to them if they're here. My parents show up, and random people from all over the world. Or I talk to myself.
People from all over the world.
Yeah, people from Scotland. I have people
Nice.
from Yorkshire. This is a fun one. I play video games at night, and on Tuesdays because my days off are on the week. I play a video game with some people in Scotland and Yorkshire, and they bicker like it's 1700. They bicker like one of them's gonna shoot one with an arrow.
Oh, that's so great.
It is the greatest thing. And sometimes it goes so far where I'm like, boys,
What are you doing?
calm, this is all for fun, right?
Yeah.
But it's so funny to me to take something, and this is, look, it's a Yankee, it's a Yorkshireman, and 2 Scots
Yep.
playing,
Beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah.
live, running around somewhere. That's what technology provides.
Yes, connection, if you look at it the right way.
I was a fan of Timothy Leary's idea of where he was like, no, the internet's the newest, craziest thing. I want to die on the internet. And I was like, whoa.
He was really ahead of his time.
Really
Really
so far ahead.
So far ahead.
So I take that into account every time I kind of combat my internet self, which is, how much time am I spending here? How much, am I, and I go outside, I walk every day, twice a day. I spend time with my neighbors. I help my neighbors.
Nice.
I talk to my neighbors.
Yep.
But I also spend time on here because it's such a wild, new,
Yes.
traversable place
Yeah.
where we can leave breadcrumbs.
Yeah. Well, you leave that footprint. I guess it never goes away.
As long as the internet works, as long as the electricity keeps pumping,
Yep.
which
Yeah.
means that's the end of the world type shit,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I always figure if it's my time to go, let's do it.
Sooner or
Have a
later.
good life,
Sooner
right?
or later.
I'm not like looking right
No,
now,
no.
but if there was like a nuclear war, I'm not
You're not
getting
gonna.
a bunch of weapons
Yeah.
like Mad Max. No,
Nah.
No, I'll walk right
But
in
maybe
the middle
that's-
and go, okay, man.
But maybe that's cool too. So if you
Yeah.
walk out there and it misses you,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh shit, Mad Max time.
Next time. That's right. Next time.
Now you gotta do. Now you gotta get a car.
Yeah.
Now you gotta get a cool hat.
Yeah.
Fucking, oh, you got a gun. You didn't
Yeah.
make it, and you picked that up, and now you're doing Mad Max.
Yeah.
Next chapter.
Next job. I don't want to do that. No, thank you. It
Sounds.
was great to talk to you.
Thank you for coming in again.
Thank you. I enjoy talking to you. We have fun.
Likewise.
And I love your art too.
I like hearing about New York in the 70s.
In the 70s, yeah. And
'Cause-
the time of Lou Reed and Jim Carroll and Patti Smith and the
Crazy.
Fear and all those great.
People getting
punk
locked up for
rock
comedy.
Yes.
That was probably 60s.
Yes, 50s. Lenny Bruce really was
Yeah,
late
50s.
50s. The blue comedy.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember.
That is 20 years prior to that.
What? Richard Pryor.
But then again,
Robin
Pryor. Yeah,
Williams.
Richard Pryor, sure.
Richard Pryor was amazing.
Ahead of his time.
And he, you know, his what was it? Pimp and prostitute. He grew up in a whorehouse.
Yeah.
That's why he was so funny.
Yeah.
All the characters.
Really, the tragedy behind comedy.
He grew up in a bar. Yeah.
Yeah. The Kill Tony, the modern day comic, who is the modern day version of This Is Comedy. He has a YouTube channel called Kill Tony. It's Tony Hinchcliffe, and it's a great show.
Okay.
He just brings new comics up who sign and put their names in a bucket, and they have 60 seconds, and then they just rake them over the coals. Try to bring out the honesty in them. Try to bring out the innocence in them. And if you're here to lie, get off. If you're here to be truthful and honest, come on.
What fun.
Oh, it's the best.
I'll have to check it
It's
out.
modern day that.
Okay.
It's Austin, Texas.
Okay.
He doesn't have faith in the New York scene these days.
No, he shouldn't.
This is a man who's from.
He shouldn't.
You know.
Right? You know, things come in waves and places and times and
Yeah.
movements pass.
Yeah.
And then they make
You can't
room
hold
for
on to this
something
shit.
else. It's like punk rock came at a time in my life when I needed it. It spoke to me because it was angry and unabashed. It's
And
how
honest
I
and
felt.
unracist and
It's how I felt inside.
non-sexist and all the things that you might have been like, wait, I thought we were all about this kind of shit.
Yeah,
It can come in many forms.
that's right.
It can come in a dude with a blue phone.
Yeah, that's right. It could be a hippie. It could be.
We used to do Punk Rock Tuesdays at Space.
Really?
Yeah, every Tuesday I had David Harmon Promotions, and the reason we did that was because punkers, one, they love to do their art for free, and it was unabashed comedy. If you really step back to it, you can really see what's going on.
It was theater too.
See all the pins, and if you wore
all
the
theater.
yeah.
Iggy Pop. Oh
Which
my God!
also-
rolling around in glass.
Literally, the theater behind it all is why I even allowed Satanists to come perform at my store, because they would scare the local whatever. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This is 5th grade shit.
Yes.
This is the kind of shit that you pretend is real.
I know.
Bring
I
it.
know,
Let's
I
do
know.
it. So
I
I'm
was- yeah.
good for you for acknowledging the arts,
Well,
because you're from that,
yes.
and you were surrounded by it.
I
and
was
appreciate
surrounded.
that.
I was surrounded by it.
I appreciate
And
that.
I noticed when I got here, it's not only art,
Yeah.
but it's good art. Because I've been in art communities that are not very good. I mean, it's not every artist here is great, but I could come in a place like this and go, all right, this could be in a gallery in New York. We could be making buku bucks if you wanted to.
Someday.
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 Someday somebody's going to walk in here and say, I'll give you $1 million for this, and this, and
Well,
you'll go, no.
I better take the prices down.
That's right. You don't want to shortchange
I want to shortchange myself. Have a great, wonderful day walking around.
I will. You too.
Yes. She is a fun person. What a nice lady to have a conversation with. Let's turn this painting over, see what we did today.
TJC Gaming said, shared your screen in my Discord.
Well, that is awfully nice of you, sir. So, what I did here in this past minute or so is we gave a lot of context to this one cloud. Huh. I see.
Boomer Lee said, we all would have free power if Westinghouse didn't have Tesla assassinated. Just saying. TJC Gaming said, I always support those who support me. So anytime.
Yeah, they had to choose between cell phones or free power for everybody. And I think way back in the day, they were like, but what about cell phones? And then someone was like, what's a cell phone? And that dude, Edison, said, well, someday there's going to be this. See, we're putting in the wires now.
TJC Gaming.
So I liked that it waited, but it went this way. It is a solid line right here. You guys can probably see it
Boomer Lee
still.
said, you attract interesting souls.
Well, she was great. What a nice lady. She just moved here in July. And let's keep it up, moving along. Keep it up, moving along. I should probably zoom in a little bit so you guys can see all the fancy footwork. Okay, I'll do that.
Boomer Lee said, to you Mr. Arteus.
Freaking cameraman got to get his act together. Super slacker cameraman. viola. Creating structure for all the clouds. Cloud structure gonna be
Boomer Lee said, yeah, that camera got him to flaky. I smell weed.
for sure, dude. Rock and roll. I even said it wasn't that kind of job, you know. Can't just come here smelling like the reefer. This is a real work environment. And that brings me to 5 minutes before I start streaming today. I go in the back, do a dab. I come back out, I'm like, that wasn't good enough. I go back in the back, do the frickin' dab. And then I come back out here and I'm coughing on the way out, not thinking even twice that anybody could be out here. 2 people standing out here. I'm like, oh. So I stop coughing immediately because this is a place of business. And that's not what we do around here, okay? So I stopped coughing immediately. And I'm trying to hold my own, you know, whilst talking to them about my different things. And then it took about 5 minutes, and then I think she just finally got a whiff of something that might have snuck its way out of here from the back room. And she's like, I'm going to go outside. And he's like, huh? Okay. And then he's like, you know, they have the conversation at the door where she's turned away and telling him whatever the hell she was telling him. It's funny, though. Funny, not funny. But I'll tell you what. Here it is. This is art. This is real art. This isn't even just like we're painting, we're having a painting show. Like, okay, if you have a painting show, good for you. I'm proud of you out there doing your painting. But come at me in 30 years after you've been painting. Let's see where your show's. What you know? What's going on? Where's your? Then have a show about your painting, because you've spent 30 years fine-tuning that craft, and there's no way not to make it your own in 30 years' time. You may still be just painting a painting of a cheetah or a tiger or a horse or a rooster, all the cool things. You just do it your way. It looks like you. As long as out of a crowd you can go somewhere and say, oh, that's definitely done by, and then put name in, insert name here. As long as you can do that, then, you know, kudos. But if you just, you know, running a painting gallery art gallery, for instance, in Silver City, New Mexico, and my art is just, I don't know, selling other people's art or selling landscape paintings that aren't super real and super my own, then what am I doing? I shouldn't be doing it. That's basically the thing. TikTok time on the torch, you know what I'm saying? That's what I used to tell the glass blowers. You just have to spend time on the torch. You cannot become a glass blower without spending time on the torch. Instagram was hitting pretty hard when, we were starting up. And so a lot of glass blowers would be like, nah, man, people love my shit. And now they think they're professionals immediately. That's just not the way the game goes in the art world either. Back in the day, it used to be gray hair would sponsor your art. And if gray hair meant, they obviously spent time doing it. And if you were 20 when you started, and by the time you met that art dealer, you had gray hair and a lifetime of work behind you, guess what? It's time for you to make bank. Because you've put in the work. Now, let's say you paint and you have an art gallery in Silver City, New Mexico, and you paint for 30 years, and then in 10 years from now, I just give it all up. Well, I just wasted nothing because I spent all those years enjoying every one of those paintings. But what I have foregone is the career move, the tenacity behind it, the look, I'm still here, I'm still doing it. Yeah, I'm skinny as ever because I'm still hungry and I'm still looking, all of that. I'm still tragic. You could actually, and I'm putting it all on YouTube. So you can literally go back and see it all. And ain't nobody got time for that. Oh, I wish I had my button out here. All my sounds. Because I'd have her on one saying, ain't nobody got time for that. Ooh, 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 ooh. Remember that? You guys remember that? Ain't nobody got time for that. That's when it first started to become inappropriate to make fun of how people were talking. Like people would say, you can't do that. And then I'd be like, what, repeat what somebody else said? Sure I can. Ain't nobody got time for that. That's straight funny. What, next I can't do Family Guy lines? Well, we'll keep the we'll keep the bad ones away. What is the bad? Ain't nobody got time for that tonight at 12. All right, I screwed up that whole area right there. Let's just jump away from there right now. I think I'm just super hungry. My belly be growling. Yeah, I would have done VR poker last night, but I don't seem to remember how to get audio or full screen or audio to you all. So no VR poker until I can write it down the instructions and know how to do it. TC showed me how to do it, and then when he left, I'm like, what? I take a week off and I don't do anything, and then when I get back to it, I don't remember. Nor do I know how to do it. So that's why no VR poker last night. Come on, wouldn't you guys like to see me win a bunch of money from some people online? Win a bunch of money from some people online. It's not real money. Don't worry. I wish it were. No, I don't. I'm not that good at poker, actually. I'm not good at poker at all. Where did this confidence come from? Win a bunch of money from some people online. Talk to people from around the world. People who start off their sentences with, I'm not racist, but it's a good time, people. You never know what you're gonna hear. And don't worry, they don't know I'm streaming, so everyone start acting weird once they realize someone's streaming. They stop being themselves. Funny thing is, when you stream all the time, good luck with that. You're gonna have to work out being yourself online. That is kind of odd about what I do and how often I stream, whether it's video games or art. I'm always filming. I have logs of film data that I'm just not editing in time. Might be, but I need an editor and a camera person. And we're gonna have craft services. I mean, I can't expect to work out here on an empty stomach. What is that? Tonight at 12. All right, we're going to be starting a new segment here tonight on Talking to Hear My Head Rattle. This segment is called, oh wait, where's my piece of paper? I gotta write this stuff down, man. I got these perfect jokes in my head, and then when I go to tell them, I forget them. Perfect jokes. Where's this confidence? Who is this guy? Tonight on Talking to Hear Your Head Rattle, we have a new segment called What Is That? Where we show you different pictures and ask, what is that? There, that was funny. I can make short little videos that are kind of like that. That'd be funny, like a fake talk show. I could do that. Instead, I just want to play video games with my friends. Is that a crime? Will it lock me up? What? 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 I'm like a barking dog. I'm like a barking dog at a P. Diddy concert. Whoa, wait. Just wait. I'm gonna get a snack. You guys just wait. Was part of a balanced breakfast. Is that a balanced breakfast? A granola bar, a banana, and an orange? Now, I already took the plastic off of the banana. I can go get it and show it to you. They don't understand it's already wrapped. They're so smart. They put a piece of plastic on the orange too. Because, you know, the world wants more plastic. Don't even tell me. I am done with any organized thing telling me that the world's in jeopardy. You can tell me that, because we all know it. But the moment they advertise it or put it on the TV screen, they're lying. Otherwise, they wouldn't put plastic on my banana. The man wouldn't allow corporate. There would be legislation involved to keep plastic from your foods. But there isn't, because there's money to be made. And humans are having fun. Wow, look at that orange. Look at that color. Almost looks like a blood orange or a grapefruit. Doesn't look, it looks too orange. Doesn't taste good either. Interesting. That is supposed to be a navel orange. Navel orange. Naval. And that is not what oranges look like. Just throwing that out there. By the way, that banana I just ate hasn't been real since the 50s. It's just a clone of 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 a broken banana. That's why they're not tasting that good these days. And the only processed thing here, wrapped in plastic, once again, it's stale. So, there you go. Fake bananas, weird ass fake oranges that taste bitter, and stale processed food. Dynamite. Now, I don't mind the stale processed food out of all the shit. That banana was banana-y. That orange was not orange. It certainly wasn't a navel orange. And Bill Gates is a monster. Welcome to the show, everybody.
Said, where did you buy fruit in plastic? The gas station.
Albertsons.
Rolling on the floor laughing.
I just showed you the sticker on the orange. That was plastic. And on the top of the bananas, I buy organic bananas, by the way, at Albertsons. But on the tops of them, they wrap a little bit of piece of plastic on every banana where they all come together to help keep them from spoiling faster, I'll go get it. It's on every banana. They wrap this in plastic. Everything's in plastic. Absolutely everything. They won't even put my peanut butter in glass jars. I got to take a glass jar over to the co-op and grind up peanuts. But if you shop like normal people, most of people in America, everything's in plastic. Everything. Everything. It's been bugging me lately, that's all. I don't mean to get all plastic on us. I'll stop. There's microplastics in the food. So, I can't do much with it. Just a modern problem.
Boomer Lee said, "You will feel better when those raspberry scone cookies get there. Check with
Oh.
Texas kid."
Okay. That sounds cool. Yeah, sorry, I just don't carry my phone. I think it's over there. I don't know where my phone is. I think it's over there. I pretty much leave it in the art gallery, sorry. I was supposed to check it before I stream, I guess, but you are not me. The lengths that I will go to. I had enough. I thought that's... Alright. I think I gotta go this side now. I like what happened here. We have a thick to thin, thick, and then we're working out to the thin. And if we got two of those, that will provide some sort of, hopefully, a psychology that says, oh, clouds are moving over us or something. Hopefully it works. That's what I wanted to say. Haven't had enough. That's me in the corner. That's me in the spotlight, losing my religion. that was magic right there. You guys were witness to a wizard at work. Tonight I'm talking to hear your head rattle. Ah, damn it. It's talking to hear my head rattle. I'll get this down, people. I got to make it natural, you know? So it just rolls off the tongue. Tonight I'm talking to hear my head rattle. We have wizards. No, that wasn't good either. That's me in the corner. I'm dancing. I'm dancing with the angels. Oh, I broke my arm. You guys saw it happen right there, right now. Broke my arm. Not really. Gosh, calm down. This is what happens when you screw up. Boola, blah, 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 blah. We killing it or what? We having fun? You guys having fun yet? We bound to take a break soon, right? I think the smartest for me to do is to really, man, I understand it as I do it, but trying to say it, it's a whole other ballgame. I'm just going to shut up and paint. Maybe I'll just take a break. It's probably break time. Take it easy, bro. Take a chill pill. Hopefully, it'd be fun if like, I'd like to see Bearded jump on that game by himself and like, charge, you know, enjoy it. That'd be crazy. But I think survival games, it's good to have others. I don't know why I just jumped to that. I was thinking about my zombie game, thinking about Bearded, and remembering that we didn't lock him inside the house. So just in case he came on the scene and nobody was there, he could still play. That's why I jumped there in my mind. I apologize. Break time. Come on. Support your boys with the likes and the chat. For sure. Let's be the caller. I think any cameraman or person, camera human, would object to filming this kind of work. I object, Your Honor, because he also broke my house. I object because when he's done here, there's not going to be any money to pay me. Okay, wait, we just got an idiocracy really quick. But yeah, it's hard to focus on one area or another. I've been over this multiple times with you guys because sometimes I can, pick an area like here to focus on, or here to focus on, or here to focus on. Today I picked this area to focus on. It was kind of easier on the eyes for you while I took a break. How long have we been at this for so far? 2 hours. It's a 2-hour break. I'm going to go throw these in the garbage. Nobody wants that. I bet. Nah, never mind. Nice. I like what I see. Break time though. I'm grabbing my coffee. I gotta head to the other side of the room and take a look at the art. It's not art yet. Oh yeah. All right. All right, now we're getting somewhere with these clouds. Now at 10 to 12 feet away, we have structure in the sky. It's not a two-dimensional plane anymore. There's a lot going on with what we just did for 2 hours. I guess it was 30 minutes of me talking to my neighbor here, but yeah, banging. Yeah, looks great. I mean, it looks 5% done. I'll flip it over and we'll keep going. We have to work on, maybe I won't flip it over. Maybe we will work, no, I will. I don't know yet. This is one of those moments we have to really digest what we've done here. Okay, I can fine tune, like if I just take this middle section up and down, probably like from here to here, that area, nice. Now, we just got to work that out, and then we can also work out like where all the shadow is. Shadow. I'm not a fan yet. I'm a fan of my work still. I like all the stuff I've done here. I'm just not a fan of the image entirely. It's just too Google Earth, you know? But I was there. People who come here go there. So it's a recognizable something. And if I can just finish off this side, you know, and that side over there, I'll have a recognizable, easy peasy painting. How do we get there? Don't know. I guess I do know a little bit. Hang on. All right. So in order to at least achieve this section, like I said, let's flip it back over. And we need to work on this area in the sky just here. Okay? So I'll zoom you guys in. Right. And really just gotta formulate what's happening here. Grab a little bit of the black, mix it into the blue. And then a little bit of the white. Slowly bringing it in. All right, now we have a nice little gray blue. This is too sticky. Perfect consistency. Obviously, where the bush is coming, we'll paint over that. But the sky is behind the bush. A little darker. All right. So yesterday it was 107 or something in Tucson, right around there. That's hot. When I hear that happen, those are the days I'm super happy I'm here. Mmm. Oh, Lord. Perfect. Make sure you don't choke up too much on the paintbrush bat, you know? You want your hand far away so you can do a lot of movement. Nice. Sometimes after I do a full little area and I hear in my head, it's like a yes. You know, like when you win something, you're just like, yes, that's the one. I don't know who's saying it, but I appreciate the encouragement. Nice. Get down, get down. Nice. Kind of funny. So right now in my head, I'm running around on the map in Scum, just playing a video game, you know, thinking about it, thinking about like where on the map possibly there'd be a car. Anyway, I'm just going over video game stuff in my head. When I'm playing video games at night over on my other channel, Space Galleria, I'm thinking about art in my head. So it seems like one brain activity massages the other brain activity. used to do the same thing with Rust. I guess whatever video game I'm playing at the moment kind of helps with my art. Is that possible? Boy, that would be neat. I have to play video games. Otherwise, I can't do my art. Tonight on Talking to Hear My Head Rattle, we're going to meet up with an artist who claims he needs to play video games It's all coming together, folks. We're just brightening up little sections of it. Each one's getting hit by light in a different way. That hold your breath moment was brought to you by something cool. I gotta get sponsored by some paintbrushes, some paint before I run out. So go ahead and share this out to anyone you know who likes art. Let's get me going. Okay. Nice. So when I'm done here streaming today, I'm going to upload yesterday or Thursday's stream to just the high def video part to Patreon. And I think I will keep supplying Patreon footage with the high def footage. So for my patron members here, later this afternoon, feel free to go there and you can see like a very clear version. And I will include that into the final cut when I'm done with the painting. I get to put it all together. Another shameless plug. See, I think what I like about my other paintings versus this one, you can definitely tell what this painting is, whereas the other paintings are more elusive and they give it up for your own brain, you know? Give it up for my own brain. And that's why I think you're happy when you look at the other ones, whereas this one might be a little bit more, oh, so that's this version. You know? But let's flip it over. This is a good way to end it on, so you guys get to see like the whole thing, the picture of it, where I took it from, where it's going. I like that. That's classic me. That says Shane Dog. So this whole middle section, we can cut this right now. We could tape this off with a piece of tape and a piece of tape, put paper over this whole thing and spray paint the whole thing black, and then unwrap it, and it would just be black square, and a piece of the New Mexico. Freaking art, people. What up? You like art? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for being here. Thanks for everything, people. I really appreciate it. We put in some hours today on this little piece. Sitting down is nice. I could probably go with some more hours even if I really wanted to, but I really don't. So I'm really gonna stop and edit together what I told you and finish my day. I hope y'all are having a great Saturday. I hope your Saturday is wonderful and your Saturday is wonderful and everyone just, you know, hugs in the street. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you for being here. And I suppose